All right, hello everyone. Good evening. I don't know what time it is where you are. This is a beginner video according to popular request. Is it based on popular request? So I will start from the very basics. The piano is a musical instrument. We all know that. And first thing you want to note on the piano is that there are only 12 keys on the piano. And the numbering is A, B, C, D, not numbering, but lettering now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it repeats A, B, C. But in between, you now have maybe C sharp, D sharp or E flat, F sharp, G sharp, or A flat, B flat. Don't worry, what's this guy talking about? Let's start afresh. Look at your piano, right? This is C. So if you notice, 2 black, 3 blacks, 2 blacks, 3 blacks, 2 blacks, 3 black keys, 2 black keys, and the likes. Before every 2 black keys, you have your C. So if you look at it very well, I should create a pictogram or something, try a picture for you to see. Before every 2 black keys, you have your C. Now, the way it goes is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C before 2 black keys, and it just goes like the normal alphabet, C, D, E, F, G, but it stops at G. The musical notation stops at G. Every other thing is in between that A to G. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Where did the sharps and flats come from? When you stand at C, the closest guy to C, or the closest key, closest note to C is C sharp. So if you are going forward, C sharp. You sharpen. If you are coming backwards, you flatten. So basically, if you are on D now, for example, going back is D flat, going forward is D sharp. But there's just an unspoken rule among musicians. Most of the keys are called by their flat names more than their sharp names. I think it's just C sharp and F sharp that we call by sharps. But what is D flat, if you are looking at it from D, is C sharp if you are looking at it from C. All right, so that I don't waste too much time. So C sharp, D flat, D sharp or E flat, F. There's nothing in between E and F. F, F sharp, G, G sharp or A flat. You get the idea. Then A sharp or B flat, because this is B and this is C. So what you understand by do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Let me just sing on C. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 notes in a scale. What is a scale? Bro, you are saying so many things at the same time. Don't worry, this is beginner video. A scale, I will use layman. If you want the correct translation, you can Google it and get something proper. But for the purpose of explanation, a scale can be considered a family of notes where they are best suited to each other. Sort of a nuclear family of a key. For example, C now. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I just played the C scale. There's a C key and there's a C note. They are 2 different things. Not completely, but it's like saying a C note is one of the notes in a C key. What a C key is the umbrella. For example, there's the Father, there can only be one father or father in a family, and there can of course be multiple children. I have 8 children. Children can compass anybody in the family, but if you say children, you're definitely not talking about the father, but actually that father is also a child to somebody. So you get, child can be talking about the man, also dad can also be talking about the man. You get the idea? So the same way C can be key, which is father, umbrella for everything. So it's the surname that everybody is bearing, they can allocate to this guy. Basically that's how it works. The same way, C, the family of C, like we would like to say it, or the key of C. And every other guy is interpreted in relationship to C. Do you get what I mean? So there's the key of D also, because your child too can have his own family. But when you want to look at it from grandpa, I'm going as layman as possible so you can understand what I'm saying. If it's still not clear, I'll probably do another one, but I don't want to waste time. So this is C, and we are considering C as a key, C as a family. So everything we do, we are associating it with C, including, so everybody, how they relate to C. I can do this, and it is 251 on E flat, but okay, beginner video. Sorry, scrap that. So many things can happen. We can borrow from other keys, but the fundamental thing we have in mind is we are resolving, we are stopping our do on the key of C. All right, I've flogged it too much. So first thing you want to do, I told you there are 7 notes in a key, in a scale. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. You see that do, that next one that we use, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, is a repetition. So that 8th note is an octave. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But before the do, the other guys, there are just 7, right? So there are 7 notes in a key. So it's a family of 7, making sense. And how many fingers do we have? When we complete the octave, it's 8 notes, right? And we have 5 fingers. So we split it 5 and 3. And I'll show you how we play it. So the goal is we have 8 notes to cover. We have only 5 fingers. So we cannot start from start to finish. We have to divide it to 3 and 5. You get what I mean? 8. First 3. When you reach the 3rd one, we are basically just turning. You see this? So now we can now successfully play 3 and 5. That's basically what we are doing. Then, so that's what we are doing. 3, 5, making 8. Now I want you to practice it, because everything starts from understanding what's going on. That's why I'm spending so much time, probably almost 10 minutes now. When you're coming back, the same way, cross it on the top. You know, before you went under, now you're coming on the top. So do, ti, la, so, fa. So what I want you to do is practice it as much as possible. Now, I'll quickly explain some more things. I don't want you to suffer what I suffered, because I spent so much time playing on C. We ask musicians what is transpose. We find our way to make things easier. Instead of learning 12 keys, it's like learning 12 languages, basically. You get the idea. And not everybody wants to learn 12 languages. Maybe 2 is fine. Maybe Yoruba, English, and French, for those that need it. Anyway, so what am I saying? Why did I mention that? Is the fact that I don't want you to be limited to one key. Remember, I told you that 12 keys, 12 families. You want to know about the 12 families. It's the same thing. Your family has father, mother, and children. The next family also has father, mother, and children. and so and so, because you start to get complicated. You have relative minor, relative major, blah blah blah. I don't want to talk about that today. So the same way you are playing do re mi fa sol la ti do on C, you can play that on C sharp. I will explain. So but you see, the position of your finger may be different because it's easier to do it on C, but just depends on what you want to do. Me, I'm trying to be careful because of the fact that I'm teaching. So, but I would rather start on the first, on my point finger. So it can be continuous, right? I put this piano too low. So it's easier if you know how you want to. You see, the terrain of the C sharp is a bit different from C that is straightforward. So we choose different hand position. You can follow my own hand position. It works for me. For you, you may find something else, but it's not easy if you are restricted. So we find a more fluent way to be able to play across the piano, because you don't have time to. You get the idea. So find the fingering, hand position is important. All right, I've said a lot. I don't want it to be a long video. So C, C sharp, D, E flat, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, or A flat is A flat, we call it A, B flat, B, and C. Those are the 12 keys. I mean, that's already 13, but those are the 12 keys that we have on the piano. Next thing I want to explain, because you can't just learn basics and not be able to do anything. I'll put a chart on the screen so that you can understand what I will be doing now. All right. So major, I'll start with playing a very simple song. Then you see how it works. So I'm on C now. So everything I'm doing is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So maybe I want to do twinkle, twinkle, little star. So already I'm jumping. I don't want to do anything that will be jumping. Let me do Mary at a Little Lamb. Do, re, mi. I think that's where it's. So Mary had a Little Lamb, we all know the song. So what I'm doing now is mi, re, do, re, mi, mi, mi. Where did that come from? Our do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do that we said is our, would I say, foundation of music. Basically, I may be wrong. I'm just teaching beginners so they understand what's going on. But yeah, that's the notes in the key. Every key has that. So now I'm trying to tie melody, which is the sound I'm saying, to a note. It's almost like I'm saying, give me the book, and you want to write it down. You cannot write the sound that I said in its raw form. What you do is to transcribe it to readable format. That's what's going on. Anyway, Mary at a Little Lamb. So that's mi, re, do, re, mi, 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 re, 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 mi, 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 re, do, re, mi, 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 do, re, re, mi, re, do. All right. So I'll write that on the screen. Mi, re, do, re, mi, 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 re, 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 mi, 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 re, do, re, mi, 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 do, re, re, mi, re, do. Right? And you need that kind of beginning to be able to understand what's actually going on. The harmony I'm playing, this is the position of mi, la, re, so, do, and the likes, right? So I've finished with 101. Now, next thing I want to do is I'll give you an assignment. Practice 5 songs, sing it to yourself, and search for it. Make the mistake. Everybody did it. Make the mistake. Search on your piano. Maybe you want to do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So maybe you want now make one mistake. Use it like that so that you understand. Up above, I'm coming down, not up. Up above, I'm going up. You have to train your ear. That's what they call ear training. Do it by making the mistake, so you understand when you hear pam 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 pam. I've never practiced this before, but my ear is understanding. You will train yourself. All right, so this is where it starts from. Practice different songs and you will get faster at it. Trust me, it may not be as smooth as this at the beginning. Don't lose hope, or lose hope, anyone, because piano is still far. So that's the beginning. And the next thing I want to tell you is something they call harmony. Harmony is, yes, you have heard your melody. Oh no, that's not what I was playing. So maybe I tell it to them. So now I want to do. So basically, I'm trying to harmonize it. Different stages of harmony. This one was just to enjoy myself because I've been talking for 17 minutes. But what I mean is that there are many ways you can make it rich. I will explain everything to you. Trust me. On this channel, we'll go step by step. You will play this thing I'm playing too. But for beginners, what I need you to do is to understand. Now let's go to chords. Chords, everybody. Chords. Even me now. I have one name, GB Chords. Don't worry. Back to where we were. There's 6 different type of chords that you want to be familiar with. Major chord, minor chord, diminished chord, augmented chords, suspended chords, and dominant chords. That's all. I can't say that's all, but that's it. You start hearing altered dominance. This one, that 6 chords that you need. Now, chords are basically combination of more than one note. You get the idea. So you have your C, you probably put the E there, then you put the G there, and everything comes like soprano, alto, and tenor. You see, that's harmony. So our simple Mary Atelitulam, maybe I do. Or but that's beginner composition of chords because I'm trying to follow strictly on triad chords. I mean triad major chords basically. They are triads, so that's 3 note chords. Then in short, I'm tempted, but beginners, I'm here for you. So a chord is the combination of more than one note. So some people, most times chords start from 3 notes, but of course there's 2 or more notes. Let's stay there so I don't waste time. Major chords. Our first chord. Pick any notes on the piano. I would like to pick C, because that's our key for this beginner video. C, E, G. Before I talk about these chords, I would like to mention something. For you to be able to, you saw how easy it was to do the re mi fa sol la ti do on C, because everything is properly spaced. It's probably the perfect key for beginners. Everything is following themselves in order. It doesn't happen like that on any other key, right? For C sharp, D major, E flat, E, F, G, A flat. I know it's fast. You are like, this guy, slow down. I'll explain to you how it's even formed. There's something in music we call tone, tone, semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. If you count it is 7. Tone, tone, semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. Right? I'll write it on the screen. Let's look at the piano now. So, if I stand on C, then I calculate a tone. Mr. Man, what is a tone? A tone is 2 half tones. Alright, what is a half tone? Shortest distance between any note you pick on the piano is a half tone away from it. Mini, mini, mani, mo. I stand on B flat. The shortest distance, you see, they are even on the same place. This one had to stand in the middle. The shortest distance away from him is a semitone. When it is 2 semitones, it is a tone. So if I'm on C now, remember our code was tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, 2 T's, 1 S, 3 T's, 1 S. So tone, which is 2 semitones, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I will try and see if there's any image I can put for you to understand what's happening. So C is the best key for me to explain what's happening. So if I stand on C, T, T, S, T, 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 S. In between E and F, there is no, what do you call it now? There is no note. So it is a semitone apart. In between B and C, there is no note. So it's a semitone apart. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Why is this necessary? Because it's not as easy on other keys. If I stand on on C sharp now, tone, which is 2 semitone, tone, tone, semitone closest to it, tone, 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 semitone. That's the way we can find the re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. All right, now we are going back to chords. Chords, forgive me, I know I'm going fast, but if you slow down, you understand what I'm saying. I gave you this formula so that you'll be able to find all the scales on the piano. When I say scales, I mean major scales. Trust me, they are minor scales. Ionian, Mixolydian, or third scale. All manner of scales, and of course you'd have heard all manner of Arabian scales, whatever. Today is, what do you call this now? Beginner videos. So let's just, you get. All right, chords. Major. I'm combining C, E, and G. I'll write the chart on the screen. I'm making many promises. This will take a lot of editing, but C, E, and G is our C major scale. If we move to the next one, D, F, and A, D major scale. No, not D major scale. What am I saying? C major chord, D minor chord. Bro, you just said you are going to do major. Where did minor come from? Let me explain. I told you that C is the father, is the umbrella that we are analyzing here. Everybody else is interpreted in relation to C. So C, everything about C will be major. Some other notes like D will be minor. Let's just say male and female in the family. You get the idea? So C is a male, F is a male, G is a male, and that's all. So the rest guys are females. So the rest people are females. So D minor, E minor. I'll explain why they are minors. A minor, B diminished, and C. Remember what I said about 6 types of chords: major, minor, diminished, augmented, dominant, suspended. Now, it's a lot to take in. You probably have to watch it 2 or 3 times for beginners. But you've said I should do a beginner video. It's probably a year now. I just said, bro, do this video. So shout out to everyone who has watched up to this level. Like, subscribe. Thanks. Okay, so major chord. Why is D a minor, not a major? If you look at it from our calculation, these D, if you look at D as a family man, you are talking of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's his own family when he stands alone. Now, for him to be a part of C, he cannot. Okay, for you to be described in your family, you are most likely the child. You have father and mother, right? When you now isolate, you cannot be daddy. But when your dad is there, you cannot be daddy. You are a child. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when we are doing a program where C is the father, oldest person on ground, every other person in different generations, his son, his grandson, his great-grandson, all of them will be daddies at one point in time. But he is daddy now. So C is dad in this scenario, in this key. Since it's the key, not the note, is a note as well as a key. I've tried. All right, so D now, D is minor because basically he's interpreted to suit C, so he's not in his element as that. D and E also, they are both okay. This is D major, this is D minor. What makes something major and minor? The third, drop it by half semitone. This is C, drop his third by half semitone. What is third? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I told you there are 7 notes in a key, right? So 1 goes to do, 2 goes to re, 3 goes to mi, 4. So we use both number system and that forgotten what they call it now. The do re mi system. I don't know, forgotten now. So a musician can tell you la re so. Someone else can say 6 2 5. So you may see some music videos 6 2 5, and that person hardly see la re so on videos. But we use number systems, we use regular do re mi systems. You need to learn it because that's just the way music is. That's the way we can keep tabs. By the time you start getting to more complicated things, if you don't have a stable foundation, you'll be lost. So you say, Babafu, give me a chord on the 2. Okay, give me a chord on the 2. I can play my regular 2 chord. You now ask you, what are you doing? On my left hand, I'm playing power re, and I'm playing first inversion of the 2. What am I saying now? Don't worry. this is where I'm going to stop, and I'll give you an assignment. Go and practice chords. C chord, D minor chord, E minor chord, F major chord, G major chord, A minor chord, B diminished chord. How is it diminished formed? Just three semitones apart from each other. Anywhere you stand, count 3 semitones. 1, 2, 3. Count 3 semitones. Count 3 semitones. And it repeats itself like that. So basically, there are only three diminished in the piano. Reason is because there are 12 keys, and if a diminished is a limit of 4 times 3 is 12. So there are only 3 of a group of 4s in 12. All right. Sorry, I said beginner, but for some reason I feel like I've said quite a lot. I'll wrap it up together in the next video. But even if you don't understand why you are learning it, go and learn the major scale for all the keys. Just learn everything. How do I learn it? Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. It starts from whatever you pick. Start to calculate your tone next, tone next. So if I choose C, I start my tone, tone, semitone after C. Then major, practice all the chords. Just follow major, minor. Then what else do I want to teach? Let's do something for Mary at a Little Lamb. And I'll just do something small for anybody that wants to add something small. No complication. So Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. So this is the chord I will use. Have I done? Okay, so let's start with, I would like to introduce to you the concept of creating your bass line yourself. Let me give you a spoiler. You are the music. Forget any show me chord. Yes, all those things are good, but it's like saying you want to learn how to communicate. Before you start using verbose and every other big word, you are the communicator. You have your idea in mind. However you want to say it is up to you. The same way, I have the idea in mind, Mary at a Little Lamb. Depending on my vocabulary, then I can, like we say as instrumentalists or musicians, spoil it how I like, or interpret it how I like, or execute it how I like, whatever you want to use. So basically, I'm giving you beginner chords. Doesn't mean this is the end of it. So Mary, okay, I wanted to explain that. So when you are playing, you have to get your bass line in your mind. So Mary had a so I was trying to see if I can do the bass line while I'm playing it. So it's difficult for me. So basically I'll play it. So what I've done is I've tried to do the most basic form of harmonization. Just pick a subtle bass line. So I can now build on it. Each of those notes that I played initially, I'll use them as their chord. I'll complete the chord. So if I play C, I'll just play the C chord. So alright, so beginners, go and practice that. As you're practicing it's just to I mean, a note in between. For C alone, no, is different for other places, but we have to use C as our focal point for this particular video, so you don't run away just yet. So so let's do Merit a little lamb. I'll just add a little spice for beginner plus. No, so instead of playing the middle full as a full chord, I'll skip the third. Added one diminished. All right, this brings me to the end of my video. I appreciate all of you who have been a part. Thank you.